Welcome to City Pulse on Houston Television. I'm your host, Travis Leamons. This show is a highlight reel for activities and events within city departments and Houston as a whole. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we begin today's show with a pair of stories about survival. Up first, the importance of yearly mammograms at the second annual Breast Cancer Survivor Summit.
My name is Leslie Mitchell.
Denisha Cheri.
Can I join the picture, please?
Gretchen Kirsten. I share my story today. I feel like it's very important because we want to make sure women get their mammograms and take care of their health. I think sometimes when you get a diagnosis like breast cancer, you can feel very alone and isolated. And doing events like this really help you see that you are part of a community and there are people there willing to support you.
This is our second annual event. We started last year, and at the end of that event, I got bum rushed to be asked if we can do this annually. So here we are today. I think it was amazing. I think we had great feedback from our survivors, from our guests, and everyone who was all a part of it. So it was great.
Now we go inside the Houston Parks and Recreation Department as it celebrates women who got a cancer diagnosis and who laughed, lived, and loved as they battled the disease.
So today is our celebration. I thank y'all.
This month, we're honoring our breast cancer survivors at Houston Parks and Rec.
Okay, team, I have a question.
Administrative Coordinator Mimi Rasmus was diagnosed in 2015.
When I received the call, I was told that on the phone that I had been diagnosed with breast cancer. So of course, I was in shock, went into the file room, closed the door, and just cried.
Senior accountant Velma Wood was diagnosed in 2020 after losing her son to cancer in 2018.
It was the first year that the city required us to have an annual physical, and they found the cancer. And they told me that it was a very fast-growing cancer. Well, the chemo, the surgery, and the radiation took about a year.
Great, thank you. Have a good one.
Administration Manager Erica Madison was diagnosed in 2022.
2 days before my birthday, and I got the call saying that it was breast cancer. I remember celebrating my birthday and having to break the news to my family and my 3-year-old and my 12-year-old at the time. So it was just, and my other a teenager, so it was just emotional. You know, they thought they were celebrating my birthday, and I was just like, and you know, tears are flowing, and I'm like, it's okay, you know, I'm strong, and I'm gonna fight this, and we're gonna pull together.
It was the gift cards, it was the lunches.
Parks and Rec hosted a survivor party this week as others shared stories of cancer in their families.
I did experience because my oldest sister also battled and is a survivor of breast cancer.
What kept me extremely strong were coworkers, family, and friends. It just says, hey, you never know what's going to happen. So I just cherish every day of my life. I laugh, I live, I love. It is treatable, but catch it early, even if you have to be diagnosed with it. But definitely go and get tested.
There was one employee here that ate lunch with me every day in the cafeteria. She gave me encouragement just by talking to me.
The whole team was just like, hey, what do you need? What do you need? And that's just very supportive through it all. It was just a family, like I couldn't have pushed through, especially work. You know, they're very considerate and very, you know, a lot of empathy and it is great, and a lot of support.
At Houston Parks and Rec, we are family strong.
Houston Parks and Rec, where we wear pink.
Not all heroes wear capes. Robert Dimbo III Director of the Mayor's Office of Veterans and Military Affairs, is a decorated naval officer and a Vietnam War veteran. He has received many accolades, but this year his office received a special commendation from the U.S. Department of Defense. Here's HTV intern Brianna Stotts with the story.
In the City Hall of Houston lies the Office of Veterans and Military Affairs, directed by Houston's very own Vietnam veteran. Robert Dembo III has received many honorary awards in his name, but just recently his office has been recognized again.
This was quite an honor because you're looking at over close to 100,000 people who sign up for commemoration. And out of the 100,000, we were the top 15%.
Due to the office's impressive dedication, energy, and engagement. This office has some of the best key initiatives to support veterans, active duty service members, and their families.
We got thousands of shareholders with education, benefit, finance assistance, disability claim. What we normally do, we normally invite all our shareholders here to help our veteran out in the city of Houston.
For HTV City Pulse, I'm Brianna Stotts.
One segment down, one more to go. After the break, M&M comes to Houston, and we go back to the movies as a celebrated theater reopens its doors. Stay tuned for more City Pulse.
Houston 311, now available as a mobile app. Take a photo, enter your location, report an issue. The quick and easy way to report non-emergency issues or request city service information. Download today on the App Store or Google Play.
In Houston, you're local. You're one of us. And we want to give you a richer, more exciting experience. Let Houston take you further. Let's get together. Book your stay today.
Podríamos empezar por contarle lo elegante que es, que está a la vanguardia de la innovación en su sector de la industria, que hace que las conexiones sean más rápidas y cómodas. Podríamos promocionar el hecho de que incluso los semáforos le dan luz verde y que se mueve tan rápido que hemos tenido que darle su propio carril. O simplemente podría viajar en él. Descubra el próximo destino de esta atracción ferroviaria. Visite ridemetro.org/MetroNext.
Houston, a taco is never just a taco. It's an inspiration from conversation, a reflection of experimentation, a product of our streets, our languages, our art, our dreams, taken from here and there. A little of this, a little of that. It's where heritage and ambition come together. That's just how it works around here. Because we know together makes it amazing.
Heading into the break, I mentioned M&M coming to H-Town. I wasn't talking about the real Slim Shady Marshall Mathers. Now before you lose yourself, just hold on a second. The Metal Muscle Expo is pretty dope. It happens the last weekend in October, and the City of Houston Parks and Recreation Department is one of the partners in hosting the event at the George R. Brown Convention Center. But before the expo rolls into town, the Little Rockets of the Westbury Multi-Service Center give Houston Parks an assist and a layup.
Ready, set, bounce it, there you go. Push, push, push. There you go, good job.
The Little Rockets are getting revved up for their tournament at the upcoming Metal and Muscle Expo.
They're ready to shoot, attack, pass it, pass it.
11-year-old Grant Gillespie of Montgomery is looking forward to the competition, even though he's still building up his strength to play wheelchair basketball.
When I first started, I couldn't even shoot. I couldn't even hit the net. But now I can almost make 3-pointers.
Sports for able-bodied people is everywhere. For adaptive kids, it's a lot harder to fight. So having this here, Grant is finding his group of people.
Going for a shot.
11-year-old Caroline Miller from Katy is also looking forward to the upcoming tournament. But actually, she enjoys just showing up for practice every week.
Be a little bit more aggressive.
It's one of the best experiences all week. It's my favorite day of the week. They've gone what I've gone through. They know how it's like to be in a wheelchair and all that stuff.
This place allows adaptive athletes to do everything that they want to do, whether it's basketball, whether it's soccer, whether it's rugby, whether it's football, baseball, softball, lifting weights. It gives them that platform where they're able to do that.
These young athletes come from all over the Houston area, and their parents all agree the sometimes tough commute is worth it.
So we don't look at, being in traffic for an hour. We just look at, this is something he wants to do, he wants to be better at, and then watching the Paralympics this year, he has a goal of wanting to be a Paralympian.
Hannah Walker is the coordinator of all the teams and programs at the West Gray Multi-Service Center.
We do showcase sports all the time, but we also have our regular people who just want to come and get a workout in, just like any other gym.
Hannah also is helping coordinate the Metal and Muscle Expo.
It'll be the 13th Metal and Muscle, and it's also grown and grown and grown. So we have 34 sports teams, and now adding military this year, we have tons of veterans, active duty veterans from all different services. So it's going to be wild in there.
Hannah Walker and her Little Rockets basketball team here at West Gray Multi-Service Center. More reasons why we like to say Houston Parks and Rec, where you belong.
Okay, one last story that will have you seeing stars. Movie stars on the big screen, that is. The River Oaks Theater is back. The historic venue reopened in October, and our partners at Spectrum Fusion were there to witness the grand reopening. Let's grab some popcorn and head inside.
Tonight's the culmination of years of work, literally almost 4 years of protesting and rallying and letter writing and doing everything possible to make sure that the River Oaks Theater stayed art house cinema here in Houston.
And they have a lot of live performances and all kinds of different things. We're going to saber champagne, open the doors, and it's back to the community.
I'm looking forward to seeing all the things that they're doing now that they never did before. The new revamped interior brings back all the glamour that we associate with being in River Oaks.
I have not seen the theater this beautiful, I will say, ever. Everybody has a story about the River Oaks Theater.
When I was in high school, I begged my mom to take me to Rocky Horror Picture Show.
So I've been coming to this theater since I was a teenager. And I also joined the group, the Friends of River Oaks Theater. We're the ones that kind of helped spearhead the movement to bring the theater back after it closed permanently.
The theater, the first time it was threatened back in 2007, I got together a group of people to save the theater back then. So we kind of had a playbook from 2007 when the theater was shut down in 2021. So again, I got a group of people together and we started having Zoom calls. We were the grassroots movie lover, theater lover, and people that worked at Landmark Theaters group. During the pandemic, we all realized that we wanted to be together, for one thing, and you don't know what you've had until you lost it. So we knew that if we didn't have the River Oaks Theater anymore, it would be just a tragedy.
And that's really what it takes. It takes community, it takes people willing to work and to get together and affect change.
It's important to keep it in the community and to keep people coming back to the movies.
That's all the stories for City Pulse this week. Just a quick reminder to exercise your right as a citizen and get out and vote. And regardless how the election turns out, here are 3 things we can agree on. The New York Yankees will have lost the World Series. The Dallas Cowboys are a bad football organization. Houston is still awesome. For HTV Houston Television and the City of Houston, this is Travis Leamons. Until next time, remember we can always do better, and kindness is free.